In our first programme, back in August 2016, we featured an Inter-marque challenge race at Mallory Park back in 1988, when Malcolm Hamilton, in his E-Type Jaguar, took on the Porsches of Mike Ewells and Gideon Hudson and the Aston Martin of Mike Cousins. In this programme's video, we have moved on to 1998. It's another Inter-marque challenge race at Mallory Park. Malcolm Hamilton is in his E-Type, but he's taking on a national motorsport icon. So stay tuned to this video to see who it is. Hello and welcome. This is Graham Clark of VFS Videos, the official YouTube channel of VFS Motor Racing Videos. The motor racing legend I refer to is none other than larger-than-life Gerry Marshall in his Aston Martin V8. Gerry's first sprint win was back in 1963 in a Mini, and his first race win was the following year again in a Mini. However, Gerry will be best remembered for his flamboyant driving style back in the 1970s when he drove for the dealer team Vauxhall in the Racing Forenzas, Old Nail, Big Bertha and Baby Bertha. So let's go and see what happened in the race in 1998.
Cars coming out now for the first practice session of the morning for event number 1, a 15-lap scratch race. And a total of some 23 cars coming out for this practice in dry conditions. Number 71 going through there, that's Roger Arvisco in the big Aston Martin DB4 V8. 39, that's Roger Bowman in the Jaguar XJ220. Pete Foster in his usual Aston Martin DB4. 44, that's the Ferrari 308 of David Higgins. With a shot of Roger Arvisco, and coming up on his inside, number 98 Malcolm Hamilton in the Jaguar E-Type. Another shot of Roger Bowman. Roger comes from Birmingham. Number 8, Tim Bryan from Worksop in the Aston Martin DB4 Vantage. Richard Chamberlain in the Porsche 935. Number 63, that's Richard Finney in a Porsche 944. 81, Brian Robinson in another Porsche 944. Tim Bryan again, followed through by Philip Harris in the Porsche Carrera 2 RS. And coming up on the inside of the hairpin is number 55, Gerry Marshall in the big Aston Martin V8, entered by Marsh Plant Hire. Here's another shot of Richard Finney. He's followed through by number 17, John Locke in the Porsche Carrera. Another Jaguar XJ220, number 57 of Don Law, entered by Don Law Racing. Here we see another shot of Gerry Marshall and Malcolm Hamilton. Two drivers who must have a very good chance of victory today. Here we see another shot of the Aston Martin DB4 Vantage of Tim Bryan, and he's followed through by John Locke. A shot of number 47, David Lees in his Porsche 911 RS. And on the inside of the hairpin there, number 2, Josh Sadler in his Porsche 911 Turbo, and number 46, that's Stephen Elliott. Another shot of Gerry Marshall, Richard Finney, and as we see another shot of Richard Finney, we're approaching the end of the practice session. Number 20 going through there, that's Julian Rihar in the Porsche 944, followed through by number 81 Brian Robinson again, Josh Sadler, and number 9 going through there, John Edwards. Another shot there of Julian Rihar from Tadcaster. And 93 going through there, that was Mark Littlejohn in a Porsche 911 RSR. And that's the end of practice. Cars coming out now for the 15-lap race. A total of some 23 cars and drivers coming out for this race in dry, sunny conditions. One amendment to the race programme, the Jaguar XJ220 of Don Law Racing, number 57, is in fact driven today by Win Percy. First lap out of Gerrard's, and it's Gerry Marshall in the lead from the Jaguar of Malcolm Hamilton. Third is David Lees, fourth John Edwards, fifth Richard Finney, then it's Roger Bowman, Andy Shepherd, David Higgins, Win Percy and Philip Harris, and the rest of the pack. And already the field is well strung out. And number 2 going through there, Josh Sadler in the Porsche 911, a long way back. An incident somewhere must have happened, and in fact we have a red flag. Cars coming out now for the restart, and the race now is over 12 laps. Pete Foster and Andy Shepherd going through there. First lap of the restart, out to Gerrard's, and again it's Gerry Marshall in the lead from Malcolm Hamilton. Then it's David Lees, Richard Finney, Josh Sadler, John Edwards, Andy Shepherd, David McMillan, Win Percy and Philip Harris, and the rest of the pack. And the last car through, Stephen Archer in the Porsche 911 RS. Second lap, already Malcolm Hamilton having a go at Gerry Marshall. Third is still David Lees, and fourth Richard Finney now. Philip Harris coming through here. Third lap we have a new leader. Malcolm Hamilton has taken the lead from Gerry Marshall, David Lees and Richard Finney. Here's Andy Shepherd and Roger Bowman. '46, Stephen Elliott. Leaders gone through on their fourth lap as we see Win Percy in fifth place. And following him through in sixth is John Edwards. '44, David Higgins, outbraking Philip Harris. '89. fifth lap, and Malcolm Hamilton drawing away now from Gerry Marshall. Malcolm put up a fastest lap for the race with a time of 47.54. That's a speed of 102.22. Another shot there of Win Percy. Here we see Andy Shepherd, followed through by David McMillan. Here's Pete Foster, outbraking Philip Harris. The leader's gone through on their sixth lap as we see this battle for third place between David Lees and Richard Finney. Roger Bowman coming through here in seventh, followed through by Andy Shepherd in eighth. The leader's gone through on their seventh lap as we see Win Percy again. Here's Roger Bowman, Andy Shepherd, David McMillan and Josh Sadler. Here's Philip Harris and Brian Robinson. Eighth lap, Win Percy, still in fifth. Here's John Edwards in a safe sixth place. And here's Pete Foster. And here's the leader coming through on his ninth lap now. There's Gerry Marshall. Roger Bowman again. He's in seventh place ahead of Andy Shepherd, David McMillan and Josh Sadler, 8th, 9th and 10th. The leaders going through on their 10th lap now. There's Gerry Marshall. Number 8 coming through here, Tim Bryan, having a battle towards the tail of the field with Stephen Elliott. Here's Andy Shepherd. Josh Sadler now ahead of David McMillan. There's Stephen Elliott now ahead of Tim Bryan. There goes the leader on his last lap. Followed through by Gerry Marshall. Pete Foster there being lapped by Richard Finney. There's Tim Bryan again. Malcolm Hamilton won the race, doing 12 laps in 9 minutes 51.98. That's a speed of 98.51. From Gerry Marshall, third was David Lees, fourth Richard Finney, fifth Win Percy, sixth John Edwards. The winner of Class B was Andy Shepherd, and the winner of Class A, Julian Rihar.
Well, what a great race that was, with both Malcolm Hamilton and Gerry Marshall putting the cars through their paces, and Malcolm coming out on top on this occasion. Gerry Marshall's career spanned 4 decades, and in 2000 he chalked up his 600th race win in his Aston Martin DB4 at Snetterton. And Gerry's last race win, his 625th, came in 2014. I hope you've enjoyed this programme, and if you did, please like it below. I would like to say thank you to all my subscribers. We will be coming out with another programme in a week's time, so if you don't want to miss it, please subscribe to our channel. I would like to say thank you to everybody for watching, and goodbye.